Meyer Nigri is a personal friend, a family friend, and a partner with Colel Chabad for over 25 years. I can give a complete shareholders report just of the various activities that we have done together. The Vicky Nigri Dental Clinic in Beitar, the Naomi Nigri Horowitz Dental Clinic in Ashdod, the Nigri Orphan Scholarship Fund, the computer schools in Russia, soup kitchens, a major partner, the MS Center in Jerusalem and Migdal Emek. And this is in addition to the hundreds of institutions, both Jewish and non-Jewish, that Meyer and Lillian are personally involved in Brazil. In Meyer's corporate office, there's a fully staffed division specifically dedicated to tzedakah. But tonight is personal, in fact, very personal to me. The impact of the Rebbe Shluchim worldwide is well known. I'm blessed to have grandchildren raised on Shlichus in Casablanca, Morocco, and in Chattanooga, Tennessee. My grandchildren in Morocco and Tennessee enjoy an outstanding Jewish education with the typical schedule of a Jewish day school in the most technological, advanced school in the world, the Nigri International Online School. And so do hundreds of my fellow shluchim in 54 countries and 40 states. They have peace of mind that their children are receiving the proper Hasidic education thanks to Meyer and Lillian Nigri. Meyer, you know how I enjoy our personal friendship very often. I continue to bless you like I usually do. Meyer, please do not change. My dear friends, I call upon a dearest friend who traveled all the way from Brazil just to be here tonight with us, Mr. Meyer Nigri. And the plaque reads, International Guest of Honor presented to Lillian and Meyer Nigri, you longtime friends of Colel Chabad, whose hearts are bound with love for our people and the land of Israel. Colel Chabad International Awards Dinner. Thank you so much, Meyer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me to be here tonight. I'm a strong Zionist. The state of Israel and the Jewish people are extremely important for me. Chabad is also very important to me. Chabad in Israel is the perfect combination. This is exactly what Colel Chabad is. I first met Rabbi Duchman over 20 years ago. A friend of mine called me one night asking me if the rabbi could come to my house. He did and described the food project he was working on. I immediately got interested and decided to offer my help. It's difficult to describe what Rabbi Duchman is, but he is one of the craziest person I ever met. He could be in 10 different countries in the same week. I've never met someone so hardworking like him. My first contact with the Chabad movement was in 1985. I was coming to New York and I met a cousin of mine on the plane. On Sunday, he told me he would visit the Lubavitch Rebbe. I had never heard about him before. My cousin had been married for more than 10 years, but did not have any kids. So I decided to go with him. When we got there, the place was not crowded at all, but I decided I shouldn't waste the Rebbe's time for more blessing, because my life at that time was very good in all aspects. So I didn't speak to the Rebbe, but I could see him when he was leaving the building and getting into his car on the way to visit the previous Rebbe's grave. I do not need to mention that less than a year later, my cousin was blessed with his first boy, sorry, and the next year with the second one. When I returned to Brazil, I became closer to Chabad, and we are now involved in many projects together. Actually, the Chabad headquarters building in Brazil is dedicated to my parents. Thank you. 3 years later, my life changed a lot. I was sick, I had many doubts, and I wanted to speak to the Rebbe. I should have come to New York to visit him, but I postponed the trip. The Rebbe got sick, and I missed the chance to talk to him. 2 months before he passed away, I had a very strong feeling that the last day to see him would be on June 11, 1994. I called Rabbi Korf, told him about my feelings, and decided to come to visit the Rebbe. I went to the hospital on the 10th, but I was not allowed into the room, so I waited outside. On June 12th, he passed away. And I believe I was one of the only Brazilians who could attend his funeral. So I was here in the first Gimel Tammuz. Last year, I realized that my wedding anniversary is also Gimel Tammuz. Let me tell you a few things about Chabad. You can count on Chabad whenever you need, wherever you are. You can be in China, Japan, Caribbean islands, any place. They will always come to see you and bring you some wine and challah for Shabbat. My father passed away 2 years ago. During the year of Kaddish, I had minyan everywhere you can possibly imagine. In the small towns in Brazil, at Paris airport, even on a boat in Saint-Tropez. And thanks to Chabad, I never missed a single Kaddish during the whole year. Four years ago, I was flying from London to Boston with a stopover in New York. My flight was delayed. I missed my connection to Boston. My luggage was also missing. I was not worried about my clothes, but I did not have my tefillin with me. So at 11 p.m., I called Rabbi Duchman. He was in the middle of his daughter Sheva Brachot dinner, but I offered to come immediately. I told him I would only need it early in the morning. I will never forget, on a freezing morning, at 6 a.m., his son coming to my hotel. With a pair of tefillin. Sorry. I rehearsed not to cry, but okay. For those reasons and so many others, I created a slogan that I think we should always use. With Chabad, you are never alone. Thank you very much.